I had a chance to take a 7-day Mexican Riviera cruise on the Carnival Panorama, and today I am going to go through and tell you guys what I thought of the cruise. My favorite food experiences, favorite food in general, my favorite activities off of the ship, my favorite activities on the ship, and then just overall some things that I liked and some things that I didn't like. Starting off with food, I would definitely say there were a ton of dishes that you would expect to see on Carnival Panorama, but then I did have an experience that I just never expected to have on a cruise ship, at least, and that was going to the chef's table. The chef's table is basically a private meal that the cruise ship organizes, and the chef and his team make a list of items and you get to try them throughout the night. So I actually had a chance to have a 13-course meal with unlimited wine, a magic show. They had a tour of the actual kitchen. They showed some of their key desserts and how you make them. And I can't emphasize this enough. The food was delicious. I had such a great time, and for the price of $150, you really can't beat it. Like I said, they gave you 13 courses of meals and a ton of extras on top of that. That definitely exceeded all my expectations. Outside of the chef's table, the only way I can say this is the food was trash. But with that being said, they do have a lot of options for you. So they have multiple dining rooms where you can eat in. They have multiple specialty restaurants for you to choose from. And honestly, if I was a little bit younger, or if I was like a teenager or a kid, I probably would like these things a lot. But as a person that's a little bit older, a little bit more of a developed taste, a little bit more appreciation of food, I personally did not like what they were offering for food. And on top of that, there were so many people that you really didn't feel like the food was being made to order for you, or you were getting fresh food. It just kind of felt like they were bombarded with people and they were trying to get food out as quickly as they could. One thing I will note though is that you do have an opportunity to eat outside of the cruise ship when you have your days in whatever Mexican Riviera town that you're in. So if you're in Ensenada, Cabo, wherever, you do have time to actually get off the boat and try food from the actual country. The second most important thing to me is where you're staying at. And I'm not gonna lie, I was actually pleasantly surprised by the rooms. I knew coming in that they weren't gonna be big, so that wasn't a big deal for me. I think my favorite part of the room was probably the balcony, watching sunsets on the balcony while drinking a glass of wine. It's just a vibe, you know, it's a vibe. It feels good. It's just a nice way to end your night. To me, it served its purpose. You in and out of there. You really shouldn't be in the room a whole lot on the cruise, but it is nice to have a place to kind of just duck off and go away when you want to get away from the crowds, because cruises can be a lot sometimes with all those people. And if you got a little bit of introvert energy in you, you kind of want to get away from the crowd sometimes, and having a room with the balcony, having a room with a little space to sit down or something like that, it does prove necessary, and I'm really glad that that was the room that we got. My days off the ship were definitely the top days that I had on the cruise. My favorite day in particular had to have been going to Ensenada. Cabo was cool, but Ensenada was a little bit more rugged, a little bit more rough, and that's what I like personally. We did a horseback tour on the beach that was absolutely gorgeous. You see this footage. It really looked just like that while we were riding the horses. And then we went to a tourist attraction called La Bufadora. They also had a cool market, and within that market they had different places to eat. So it was just a really nice day, and it's always cool when you can get off the ship, at least for me, when you can get off the ship and get to these people's culture, at least like a little bit of the culture. But the coolest thing by far of this entire cruise had to have been whale watching in Cabo San Lucas. I personally had no idea that whales actually enjoy interacting with humans and like playing with us. Check this out. Man, tell me that ain't crazy. It was just such a joyous feeling seeing a whale so close to you, voluntarily getting that close. And if you go to the Carnival Panorama, you don't actually need to sign up for that in advance. You could just get off the boat and you'll see people everywhere that are signing you up for different activities, and just tell somebody you want to go whale watching. 10 out of 10, you got to do it. That was the highlight of my trip. Now, when it comes to activities on the ship, I'm not going to lie. I think they had a lot of stuff to do, and I think that they got something to do for everybody. Whether you're a person that really just likes to sit down and do nothing and enjoy the sun hitting your back, or you like to have every single hour of your day filled up with activities, they definitely got something for you too. I would say my favorite activities on the ship would probably have been the ropes course on the very top floor, and it's just something that you wouldn't expect to do on a cruise ship. The sky ride that they have too was really cool, and it just gave you a different perspective. The other activity that I really enjoyed, and when I say activity I'll put it in quotes, is the Serenity Adult Spa. And it's kind of just what it's named. It's an adult spa for adults only. And in a cruise ship where you have so many kids running around everywhere, it really is essential to have a place where you know that you can go and not see any kids running, screaming, crying, and you can just have a space to relax. And those are my favorite two activities, but I can't stress it enough. These folks got something for you. It don't matter what you want to do, they got something for you. You could be a gambler, they got something for you. You could be a sports head, they gonna have multiple activities for you. You can be a trivia nerd, they gonna have multiple activities for you. You might love the food, and if you love the food, they got 20 different places for you to eat. One thing this cruise did not lack on is activities and options to do stuff. They had stuff for days. Beyond that, I think that's really about everything I have to say about Carnival Panorama. Overall, it was a cool thing to do. Would I personally go on a cruise again? I don't think so. I'm not sure if it's really for me, as far as having all those people in one place at one time. We're all kind of confined to a certain space, and it's sometimes a little hard to get food or to do certain activities. So I don't know if a cruise is for me, like I'm a cruise person. But this was a cool experience. They do have a lot of stuff to do, and I really do understand why people would choose a cruise versus doing a whole vacation, because everything's done for you. Once you buy the ticket and you get on a cruise, you just look at the schedule and you just go. I definitely get it, but for me, this is probably a one and done. Alright family, that's a wrap. If you guys are new to my channel, I probably should have put this at the beginning. Please be sure to subscribe. I go to all different types of places. I don't even know where I'm going next, but I promise you it's going to be somewhere cool. So please hit that subscribe button on my channel. Make sure you show some love, and I'm going to always show it back. Yo, appreciate you guys watching. Till next time, stay up. Peace.